Hey guys, it's me, Chris, from Chris and Chris Outdoors, and behind the camera is the other Chris. So if this is your first time stopping by our channel, well, thank you and welcome. If you've already subscribed, we thank you, but if not, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, especially if you like what you see in this video. So today in Texas, we have what you call our false fall. It makes us all think, hey, fall's coming. But no, tomorrow will probably be really hot and muggy again. So we enjoy this time while we have it. But our friends up north, we know you guys are coming into that fall season already. So for everyone to get excited about fall because it's been a long, hot summer, today I'm gonna make some pumpkin banana bread for you guys. So I hope you enjoy. Husbands, if you're watching by yourselves, go ahead and get your wives to watch it with you because you're gonna want them to make this for you. So let's see how we get this done. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the description everything that you're gonna need in your measurements. But we're talking about some salt, baking powder, and soda. We got vanilla, sugar, brown sugar. We got some pumpkin spice and cinnamon in here. We got your pumpkin puree. You can use fresh or canned. I'm doubling the recipe, so we have 4 eggs, some oil. Now it does call for walnuts, but we like to put pecans in it, like Chris likes to say. I like to say pecans, but pecan. Okay. We got our 2 loaf pans, a spatula, and I use some non-stick baking spray for them. We also here got my trusty KitchenAid mixer out. 4 cups of flour, because like I said, I doubled. My sifter, and 4 ripe bananas. The bananas need to be ripe for this, so let's get started. Alright guys, so we're going to start with our dry ingredients. I find it best to sift. So we're going to go ahead, I got my trusty sifter. We got the flour. I'm gonna add the baking soda, powder, and salt all together. I'm just gonna use the spatula real quick, mix it on up, just kind of incorporate it together, right? So the next process is a little, it can take a few minutes, a little bit at a time. I'm just gonna go ahead and sift it. So we'll see, missed some. Go ahead and sift it all up. So when I'm done, I'll show you guys how nice and airy and fluffy this looks. So it's a timely process, just be patient with it. Definitely worth it. I used to skip this process and my loaves wouldn't be as airy and fluffy, so I definitely don't skip the process anymore.
Alright, so Magica TV will be back when she's done with this.
So you see guys, it's like a snowy mountain. You can go ahead and see that the texture of the flour is definitely lightened up. Definitely a workout for her hand as well. And that's it. So now we have all our dry ingredients combined and together. I'm gonna put all those dishes to the side and we'll be right back to see how we start the wet ingredients. So now my trusty KitchenAid, love this thing, okay? You could also use a hand mixer too. If you wanted to use this by hand and a spoon as well, you can. You would just use a fork to smash these up. It's gonna take a little bit more time, but it's definitely doable with a whisk, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and add all of these bananas in here. Forgot Chris wants me to save these for his little friends in the garage. Alright guys, so when we're using our mixers, make sure we lock it before we start it. Bananas are in there, and go ahead and Chris can have we're gonna just let this, mix these bananas until they're really nice and liquidy and soft. Yes, you can smell the bananas because they're bananas.
I know. I'm saying from where I'm standing back here, I didn't think
it. So if y'all can see that consistency right there, that's what you want. Now I'm going to go ahead and add our sugars, right? So I'm going to go ahead and keep this on a low setting. I'm going to add regular white sugar first. I'm going to add the brown sugar, and like I said guys, I'm going to have all the measurements for you in the description. And turn it up just a little bit to get this all mixed well. Alright guys, so I have my vanilla here. I'm very particular about the vanilla. I don't use imitation. I spend a little bit extra and get the pure. It does totally do a different taste. So I add that. And I'm going to go ahead and add my 4 eggs now. Like I said, I doubled it, so it's normally for 2. So let me go ahead and add these, and then we'll be right back. Okay guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and add that pumpkin puree in here. You see it's very liquidy, but it's okay. It's not like a cake batter. It's going to be a little bit different. Let the mixer help me out. And at this time, I'm also going to go ahead and add the oil. I'm going to go ahead and lock this up. Now we got a lot of new liquids in here, so I'm just started off at a 1. And we're just going to let this incorporate. And we'll be right back. Alright guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and add that pumpkin pie and cinnamon spice. Now I definitely could have added the pumpkin pie mix and cinnamon to my dry, but I've always kind of just added that flavoring to the wet for some reason. It works out well for me, so. Alright, so we see this is a very liquidy consistency at this point. This is how it's supposed to be, so don't worry. And now we are slowly going to incorporate our flour. But here's the thing, it's very important that we do not overmix. If we overmix, it's gonna get too dense and it won't be a nice and fluffy bread. So lock it up in. We're just gonna go ahead and just add it. Sorry about that. Let me just try to get around me. I could do it like that. If you put it in too fast, you're definitely gonna get splashed everywhere with flour, so try not to do that. Although it would be funny to see Chris covered in flour.
You're the one closest to that, not me.
Okay. So I just put it in, guys, and like I said, I don't want to overmix this, but I do have a lot because I'm not using my paddle, I'm using the whisk on my attachment. I still have a lot of flour on the outside, so I'm just gonna go ahead and push this down because I don't want to overmix it with the mixer. I'm gonna do this so when I do turn it back on, it'll be easier for all that to incorporate, okay? Alright guys, so you see how I see no more flour in there? I'm done. That's all I want to do. But right now, like I said, you can use walnuts. These are already chopped, so it was easy. The pecans, I just bought the 1 cup bag from Walmart. And I just add this. We like it, it's softer, right? It gives it a little bit of a different taste, but we really like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and add those and just mix it real fast on a 1. That's it. All right. Alright guys, so I've removed my bowl. It's a lot easier. And I got my spray. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my pans. Make sure I'm not missing any spots. You want your bread to come out of the loaf, so. Now this bread is also really good if you're going fishing for the weekend, if you're going camping,
Renaissance fairs. If you're going out back to, you know, start a fire or something, sit by the fire. For dessert or breakfast, this is great. It freezes really well and travels really well. So like camping and stuff like that, you just slice it up and have a cup of coffee with it. Simple, easy, and really yummy. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a trusty spatula. Make sure this is incorporated well, which you guys can see clearly is. Everything was mixed very well, but not overdone. So we're gonna go ahead and add it to our pans. See how even I can get them. And get every little last bite in there. I made this a few years ago for the Renaissance Festival employees, and they absolutely loved it. My banana bread is pretty popular, but when you add pumpkin to it, it just does something special. So you guys see, I dripped a little bit, so I'm gonna just go ahead and take a wet paper towel, wheat paper towel, and just clean up my edges a little bit so I don't have any burning. And then next up, we're gonna pop these babies into the oven. So now we're gonna go ahead and pop these babies into the oven. Your oven should be preheated to 350. So we're gonna go ahead and pop those in there. And this is gonna bake anywhere from 50 to 60 minutes. Try not to open it. I know sometimes you get so anxious, like, oh, I want to see how it's doing. Just try to leave it at least for 50 minutes. So we'll be back in about 50 minutes and see how it's doing.
So while that's in the oven, we do have a new addition to the garden. Now I'm not sure how well these are gonna do down here, but we're gonna try them anyway. But plain flat right up ahead. But it's a Thai coconut. So we're going to try this down here in Houston and see how well it works. I know we get some freezes and stuff like that, so it's going to go into a bigger container here probably, I don't know, maybe December or spring. But during the freezes, it'll be going inside like the vast majority of the rest of all of this. But I'm getting overrun by loofahs. Decided to grow a loofah, and this is only 2 plants that have completely taken over my fence, over by the compost tumbler, and into the garden beds. But these guys are massive, and what I'm thinking about doing is getting some bamboo, growing that in these loofahs, and making loofah sponges. I don't know, I think it sounds like it might be kind of a fun idea. But it's absolutely beautiful out today. But as you can see, the garden's still doing pretty good. It's all still nice and green. So, then getting ready for decorating Halloween. Here's the mulberry tree that we planted when I did my worm bin, and it's doing really good. We've had quite a few berries off of it. But anyway, let's get back in and wait on this bread to finish up.
Hey guys, so the timer just went off, so let's check these bad boys out. It smells good.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I could already tell by this one, it still looks a little gooey inside. So I'm gonna leave that one in. I'll go ahead and check this one with the toothpick though. If you don't have a toothpick, you could also use a butter knife. I've used that before. Just go, coming out clear. Nothing on it. This bad boy is done. The other one, we'll go ahead and let that bake a few more moments, and we'll check on it. And I'll take them out of the pans 10 minutes after I take them out of the oven, and then we'll be back and I'll show you what they look like all in the end. Hi guys, so we're back. I'm about to take it out of the pan. It's been cooling for a little bit. Now, typically what I'll do is, if I'm gonna freeze this, I'll go ahead and just put it on a rack for a while, let it cool completely. Put it in a gallon size Ziploc bag, fold it over, take as much air as I can out, and then just pop it in the freezer. Good as, you know, you're good to go. But right now, I know this is not gonna last very long. So I just have my little dish that I use for these things. And still steaming a little bit. My hands are clean, guys. This is a little hot, but I'm used to this, so there we go. So there you have it, guys. A nice, delicious pumpkin banana bread. We're gonna go ahead and taste it in just a second. All right, guys, so here we go. I've cut up a piece in little pieces. Go ahead and try one, mister.
Oh, mine. Here. Try it. It's really good.
Really good? All right, guys. Well, there you have it.
Here, you try it.
I know what it tastes like.
I don't care.
Super yummy. Go ahead. Ladies, bake this for your man. Men who are single, you can do it too. I believe in you. So, happy fall. And see you guys soon.
I don't know how well you guys can see these, but these are my little friends that we're talking about. Did a video a couple months ago on how to make one of these little worm bends, and as you can see, these guys are doing really good. I'll put a link to that video in the description. It took me but a couple of minutes to do. But the banana peels, we're just gonna throw them in there and let these guys eat them. But yeah, these guys are doing really good. You can see how I started with a couple little cans from Walmart of worms, and these things have completely multiplied a lot in here. So, hey, I'm gonna try to escape back in there. But anyway, there's my worm bin.